How's it going, everybody? You're watching Car Talk with Zach. I'm Zach, and this is a 2018 Volkswagen Golf R. So I stumbled onto this because someone traded this in on a new Genesis at our Laird Noller Hyundai Genesis dealership, and so I saw it on our dealership lot, and I thought, is this worth giving it a shot? You bet it is. So let's jump into it. This is a quintessential hot hatch. I mean, this thing is a absolute rocket. Like I said, it's a 2018 Volkswagen Golf R, and why did they not call this a GTI? I mean, the Volkswagen GTI really did invent the hot hatch whole niche. I mean, you know, the Volkswagen GTI was the original hatchback sports car. And you know, these cars have been so popular. And this one in 2018 was at the time the most powerful Volkswagen Golf ever produced. You can see the stickers in the window, and it is a rainy afternoon here in Lawrence, Kansas, but you know, this one has just under 100,000 miles. It's been just very well maintained. I absolutely totally dig the look of it. Look at these wheels and these super low profile tires. These are 19-inch wheels, just super sporty looking. You know, everything about this car looks super sporty. I mean, you can tell that Volkswagen really threw everything they've got at it. I love the blacked out rear view mirrors, the R badge there. You've got the R and the brake calipers. You know, you can really just tell this thing has a very aggressive, sporty look. The front's flanked by these LED running lights. Those also turn amber with the turn signal, but you've got full LED lighting, another R badge there in the front, wide open air vents. Got to get that intercooler and that engine, which is working so hard, all the air it can get. It's a turbocharged 2-liter. And believe it or not, this car pushes out 292 horsepower. 292 horsepower, and this little hatchback is mind-blowing. It also does that with Volkswagen's really awesome 4-motion all-wheel drive. So you're getting all 292 horses planted on all 4 wheels, and man, it is outstanding. So you know, the other thing I'll just say is, whoops, sorry for bumping the camera there. It's German engineered. You know, these Volkswagens are smart cars. I've owned 6 of them myself. Not GTI. I've never had a Golf or a GTI, but they're really smart. When you push the brake pedal down and put it into reverse, this folds out, and there's a little camera there. So then you don't have to have the ugliness of the rear view camera here. It just kind of pops out of the VW badge. But then they also engineered this to be the hatch opening. So pretty cool engineering. And you know, you see good German engineering throughout the entire Volkswagen brand. So I've always been a fan of the Volkswagen, and this one's no different. You got backup sensors, quad exhaust tips. I mean, look at the rear splitter here. I mean, it is really quite something else. So let's jump into it. I'll show you around, and then most importantly, let's go for a drive. So I like the door sill lighting there. Got our carpets and our badging here in the seats as well. But you got a fully digital gauge cluster here. It is customizable, and then an 8-inch touchscreen here. You got all your climate control, everything here. Just pretty normal fare here. But put my foot on the brake, push the engine, start, stop, and we'll let it run. So yeah. Everything is, you know, really well laid out. This car's got a little bit of ambient lighting here in the doors, on at least the front 2 doors, not on the back doors, but you know, one of the things like I just said, I've always really appreciated about Volkswagens is just how well laid out they are, and how comfortable they are. You do get just so much for your money. You know, they didn't call the Volkswagen a poor man's Porsche for nothing. You know, these cars, you know, my very first car was a 1992 Jetta. It was not a GLI, but it really was very, very sporty. You could mistake it for a GLI the way it was trimmed out. I got rid of that in probably 2000 or 2001 and bought a 1996 Passat VR6, and it was a really fun car. And then when the GLI was reintroduced in 2003, I bought one of those new, Tornado Red, with a 6-speed manual transmission. That car was really fun. It had 200 horsepower out of their famed VR6 engine, but paired to that 6-speed manual, it was a really fun car for me at the time. As my family started to grow, I traded it in on a 2006 Passat, also with the V6. And then later on ended up in a Jetta hybrid, which was a really pretty cool car as well. So yeah, I mean, I've owned quite a few of these cars in the Volkswagen lineup, but no GTIs, no Golf variants, just because they at the time were so small and unreasonable for me. You've got your 8-inch screen here. You can you know, work through everything. Does have navigation. Right now I've got it set up here in the center stack, but you can see there. But then also it does have and I've talked about this before in a Volkswagen review, but the screen knows that you're there. You can see as my hand gets close, it kind of comes to life, and I've never been able to understand how does it know I'm there? How does it do that? I don't know how it does that. But anyway, enough about that. Let's go for a spin. I want you to experience what the Golf R really is all about. So the Golf R does have several different driving modes. You've got Eco mode. You've got Comfort mode. You don't drive this car to be comfortable. You've got normal mode, which, okay, maybe you'll fart around in normal mode, but not me. Finally, it does have race mode. This car is shockingly good. And then it also has a custom mode, which allows you to kind of set the steering and the heaviness of the steering and accelerator pedal and all those things. But race mode gives you everything that this car's got, all 292 horsepower and about 280 pound-feet of torque, and it really is quite a rocket ship. It will pop and gargle as good as any car I think I've driven. So I'll get it out here and rip it. Fast. Shifts are lightning fast. I mean, I'm using the paddle shifters behind the steering wheel, and I am here to tell you, down and up. Listen to it popping. Can you hear that? Oh. Are just so fast. Oh man, this is a car that has 100,000 miles on it, and it drives as good as just about anything I have driven in a long time now. Full disclosure, you know, I do spend most of my time now in a Ford F-150. I've driven a lot of SUVs and trucks lately, but there's nothing like a good sports car. And man, the old GTI has just always been the quintessential you know, hot hatch and a great sports car. You know, this car competes with the Ford Focus RS, a Subaru WX STI, WRX STI, Honda Civic Type R. You know, to be honest with you, the Focus has more power. I think it's got 350 horsepower, but this car is faster than the WRX and also is faster than the Civic Type R, and both those cars, in my opinion, look ridiculous. This car looks like a Volkswagen Golf. I mean, it looks like a sporty Golf, but it doesn't give you all the wings and everything that... God, the shifts! My God, this thing! I have to actually slow down. Most of the time I can accelerate through the entrance ramp when I'm on this route that I filmed, but I actually have to come off of it. But yeah, the Civic Type R with its wings and crazy body lines, it's just nuts. And the WRX, I like the Subaru WRX, but it looks pretty crazy too, and inside is not nearly as nice as this car is. So I think this is a worthy competitor to any of those cars. Yes, the Ford Focus RS is more powerful, but this, with all-wheel drive and just the appointments, I've got full nav and heated seats and, you know, video or electric gauge cluster here with the nav screen right in the middle. I mean, it's just it's Audi-like quality in here, and you're not going to get that in the Focus RS. The Focus RS, pardon the pun, is a really very focused car. This car you could live with every day, but man, when you really want to lean in on it, it's there for you. It is there for you. You know, I haven't talked about handling, but very, very stiff chassis. Not a lot of... Oh, do you hear that? Oh, those pops are phenomenal. The car does a great job rev matching. I gotta get a 0 to 60 monitor. I'm gonna buy one because cars like this, I want to know. So I'm just gonna stop it and do a launch here. Here we go. It's wet out. That was more than 60. Oh God, this car is... I knew it was going to be good. That's why when I saw it on the lot today, I thought, can I drive that tonight? I didn't know it was going to be this good. And this car, like I said, has just shy of 100,000 miles on it. This car's been, you know, driven. The fact that it pulls like this is it's outstanding. It really is. It is shockingly good. It is shockingly good. That was a pretty fun drive, wasn't it? You should have been behind the wheel. So I pulled over to take a couple pictures of the car for my website, www.cartalkwithzach.com, and I always try to get an engine shot, and I did notice when I opened the hood, this does have a carbon fiber APR intake, so this probably has got more than 292 horsepower of that custom air intake, and you know, this is kind of maybe makes me feel a little better about this car. I mean, not that not to diminish what the Golf R can do, but this car has had a little bit of tweaking. But again, you know, this car, even still with 100,000 miles, holy crap. So I do want to mount the GoPro. We'll get a engine note, and then that'll be that. Thank you for watching Car Talk with Zach. thanks for tuning in again to cartalkwithzach.com. I want to give a real shout out to Laird Noller Automotive. Not only do they employ me as their commercial account manager, but also they have been a huge partner of Car Talk with Zach since even before I started working there. I've had really full access to all of their new cars, Ford, Mazda, Hyundai, and Genesis, for almost 3 years now, and also all their pre-owned vehicles like this one. So a huge shout out to Laird Noller for being a partner of Car Talk with Zach and believing in me and the product that I put out. Just a couple other things I want to say thank you to all of my viewers. If you're watching this video and you haven't subscribed, please do click that subscribe button. Today I reached 300 subscribers. That's not a big number, but every new subscriber is exciting to me. Thank you. I've had several videos now go over 10,000 views, which is very exciting. I do this because I love cars, and this gives me an avenue to get behind the wheel of cars that I otherwise a lot of times wouldn't own myself, just for practical reasons. But when these videos that I by no means am I a professional, I just like to get behind the wheel and give my honest feedback. You can watch 400 videos about the Golf R for people that know far more about them than I do, but I just want to give you a real quick little snippet of what this car's like, in my opinion, what it's like for me anyway. So that's why I do this content, and some of my stuff goes into the thousands, and I've had a couple go over 10,000. It's very exciting to me, so thank you very much. Also, my website, www.cartalkwithzach, is getting really good traction. I think we're averaging about 80 visitors every single day, and I'm certainly not posting content every single day, but I appreciate everybody for checking out the website as well. So I could talk all day about Car Talk with Zach and this car, but I'll wrap it up. Thanks again for tuning in, and we'll see you next time on Car Talk with Zach.